Hey, what's up, guys? Lou here. Glad you tuned in because I have the answer to all your problems. Actually, no, I don't. I just was trying to think of a really good catchphrase to say for this video, but I just can't think of any at the moment, so I said that. What I do have is another video rant. Don't worry, it's nothing too crazy. I won't, lose you guys in the madness that's going on right now. Um, so yeah, a lot of stress, a lot of stress. Not for me, but like for the rest of the world. Um, well, I mean, I think everyone has their own stress and worries. Now we have to worry about a deadly disease that's gonna take us out. If it's not a earthquake or some natural disaster, it's a deadly disease that just kind of popped up out of nowhere. I don't know. Growing up, well, not really growing up, but like getting my first job, and then another job after that. People, because I was, I think, one of the earliest out of my group of friends that was working, and not just like corner stores, but like a serious gig. And they would always be like, "So, do you like your job? Where do you see yourself? And I can never answer that question because I'm like, it's not. Like I don't wake up saying, "Huh, I feel great today. I get to cook on a grill or make sandwiches for elderly patients." You know, I worked in a. If you can't tell, I'm not gonna tell you where I work. I don't know if I could get in trouble, but if you guys know me, then you know. But anyway, for sake of argument, let's just say I worked in a lot of hospital kitchens. So it's a lot different from retail. I worked in retail. It was like a medium job. It was an Italian specialty shop, and yep, just wasn't feeling it. I'm talking about stress, dealing with the public, like shopping public. That's insane. I give credit to those people who deal with that. But yeah, even in a clinical environment or a stable hospital, it's you know not a walk in the park. You still get complaints, you still get worries, and everything in between. I mean, some jobs pay better than others. Sure, that's a little satisfying, but you know what? It comes to the point where it's like not even about the money anymore because you just got so much more happening in life, and it's like, God, where did the time go? And I mean, sure, if you are one of the few that actually like your job right now, then I guess there's really no point in viewing this video. But for the 90% of other people out there that don't like their jobs and just doing it for a paycheck, then you can kind of relate. So I don't know. Can you continue on, you know, being stable with a job you don't like? I mean, face it, we don't. A lot of people, most people don't like their jobs, but if it pays well, if you get a lot of work friends that become, personal friends at the end of the day, it's a little more easier, to deal with. You can tolerate your job, and I mean, I have that. Like I said, I'm not, you know, waking up every morning, rushing to get out the house to work. Because work, in the end, work is still work. Now, if I had it my way, obviously I'd be doing something completely different. I like writing, I like creating, mostly media stuff, film, music, even. If those were my paths in life, I don't know. I don't know. I think my entire setup situation would be different, more or less. I don't know. Would I be happy? Probably. Would it last forever? You don't really know. But I worked hard to get into this spot right now, and I have to because I worked hard, and that's what you're told. But to try and chase that golden career is like it's a little harder to do now because you have things like student debt. I mean, unless you have grants your whole life, then good for you. But like I said, not everyone's so fortunate, and they have to, you know, pick up side jobs or crappy jobs to pay their way through college. And even then, you're not guaranteed. Sure, you could get that brand new shiny degree, and it might even get you a good position. But is it for, what you went to school for? Maybe not. So now you're left not only with college debt, but a lackluster job. I wish it'd be more open and real, but that's a perfect world. Um, Most people are blinded by that, leap of faith of college. If I go, I know I'll get a better job eventually. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not here to bash the college system. I've done that enough, I think. But I mean, hey, look, knock yourself out. You live in a free country. If you can afford it, do it. Hey, but working, 9 to 5 or 6 to 3. It's a mental stress test. You have to think to yourself, okay, if I work in retail, am I gonna have to deal with crazy customers? Yeah, but at least I'm getting paid for it. See, it kind of makes it a little better. Geez, I gotta wake up at 3 in the morning to stack boxes on top of bigger boxes and put them into a truck so that driver could drive and deliver them. UPS stuff, or partial services or whatever, You have to convince yourself sometimes. But as soon as it becomes a routine, and yeah, that's life for some people. But it's also stability, It's comforting knowing that you could get up in the morning, do what you gotta do, go to work, and come home and do it over again. I like a bit of normalcy in my life. I mean, sure, if, the script was flipped, I don't know where I would be right now. I probably wouldn't be even in this country. I don't know, but that's a whole other conversation. Nah, I believe there's still a sense of pride of working for a living and just trying to make ends meet. Obviously, you want to try and better yourself, but when your interest is not becoming, like a doctor or a lawyer or whatever it is you would go to school for, what do? You have hobbies. You make videos. I don't know, create music, make short movies, and you hope and pray that somebody at the right place, the right time sees your work of art and says, I'm going to invest money in this person. Or you could just do it yourself. No one said you had to follow the, straight line path. You could always divert and be like, I'm going to do this. I'm going to invest my money, what little I have left, take out a huge loan, and, I don't know, be a famous director or musician or whatever, rock star, It's all about taking risks. But, I like mixing it both. I'm very outspoken, political, a little rough around the edges when I make these videos. One day, probably going to get in trouble for this, but, I really don't care anymore. I just say what's on my mind, and this is my outlet, and that's really all I got. And I like it. I like it like that. I'm not that controversial. I'm not Alex Jones. Other people could do way worse stuff on here, and maybe get like a slap on the wrist. And me too. I could say something that might offend someone, but it's not gonna, ruin my career or whatever. It's just not how it works. It's nothing that controversial that someone has already heard already. But yeah, where was I going with this? I know, kind of went off the track there, off the rails. Oh yeah, working for a living. It might seem like it's like never ending or whatever, but you got to find the good things. I go to work. I'm gonna hang out with some buddies of mine. Maybe hang out with them later, or I'm using this to reach a bigger goal. Stuff like that. I always feel that in every action that takes a little energy from you, you want to kind of replace it with something like a driving force. like self motivation. I mean, if you could do this on your own, that's incredible. If you don't need any kind of motivation in life, great, great for you. But once again, I'm not talking to you. I'm talking to the people that need it. And I know I can't move mountains, but maybe I could inspire someone or whatever. And that's pretty much my 2 cents. Sometimes you gotta convince yourself or talk yourself into something you don't want to do to make it happen. To be proactive. Sure, you could procrastinate, hang out, be a couch potato, all those things. They cost nothing. They're all free. Not healthy, but they're free. Or you can invest, you can create, and you can stress yourself out just a little bit, just enough to get you moving. And that's when miracles happen. That's when sparks of light, come into your mind and say, you know what? I know what to do now. And there you go. So that's what this is. This was just one big motivational video to, not convince people, but just to, give them that extra push. Because that's what I believe in. Sometimes, not quite, light the fire under you, but just a slight push in the right direction. If you need more than a push, well, find what you like. Find that motivation and use that as your drive to strive for great things. And just, remember, even the little stuff, even getting up when you don't want to, even when you're sitting in that classroom and you really don't want to do it, just think, I'm doing this to help me. No matter what way or what, possible thing that moment that's helping you is. It's just think of it like that. It's moving you towards your goal in life. Whatever, it could be something simple, it could be something complex and big. There's a reason why you're in the spot you are, and you want to put it to good use, no matter what it is. If it could move you to a progressive state of mind and living, then by all means, go for broke, go for gold. You work paycheck to paycheck and use that money to support your family. That's your drive in life. You already won. If you put it towards a studio, it's another goal. Creating art. Maybe you need a new an easel or stencils or anything. There you go. Working. I'm not talking about fun working. I'm talking about stressful working. The early morning stressful job, mentally, physically stuff. But you gotta turn that around. You gotta be like, okay, yeah, this isn't ideal, but working to what I like to do, it helps me out, helps me, feel good and reach a goal that could be anything. You work, you get money, yeah, the whole support and family thing. Maybe use the money to, buy something you always wanted because you earned it. You work hard, you should reward yourself. Studying. You're not just memorizing numbers and words in your head for fun. No. You're not going to stay young forever. So you're going to take that knowledge that you learned and use it for good. Even if it's sitting in a classroom, listening to lectures or some college hall. All this, I promise you, will pay off in the end. You just got to make it happen. All right, guys, that's all I got to say. Thanks for listening. And if you got something to say or comment, leave it down there. All right, guys. Until next time, peace.